Have you been thinking about getting a fitness tracker but have been put off by the cost? In this video, we'll look at one of the low-cost fitness trackers on the market, and I think you'll be surprised with what you get. The Yamay Fitness Tracker is one of several low-cost fitness trackers on the market, and I've been pleasantly surprised with its features and capabilities. I got the opportunity to review this fitness tracker recently, and the timing was perfect. My name brand tracker's battery was starting to fail, and I was missing activities as I was not in the habit of charging it every other day. It was my second basic tracker, and battery failure seemed to be occurring just over the 2-year point. Now that's not necessarily bad, it's just that if that's the typical lifespan, I figured giving one of the low-cost trackers a try would be worth the less than half-priced cost. As you'll see in the unboxing portion of this review, the Yamay Fitness Tracker has a couple of neat features. One is the charging process. Instead of a USB port, the tracker has a USB-A style plug that is normally covered by the band. To charge this little tracker, you simply pull the band and plug it into a typical cell phone wall wart style charger. This lack of a charging point also allows the tracker to have a degree of water resistance. The other is the small sensor on the face of the tracker to cycle through the variable choices and start and stop activity iterations, such as a run or bike ride with a long press. Again, since it's on the face and is not a physical button, water resistance is enhanced. Last, I was pleased to see a pair of sensors on the back of the tracker to monitor your heart rate. Personally, I wouldn't trust this as a medical device, but as a trend tracker, it should be helpful. Here's a quick look at what's in the box. I didn't mention the instructions in this clip, but they're included and quite good. Okay, so here is the retail box for the Yamay Fitness Tracker. It has a little magnet here on the door that opens it up, allows you to see the device inside, and just typical retail box with some of the important information, some of the features, and then a QR code for the app. I didn't need the QR code, you Very Fit Pro, and you can get that directly off Google Play in my case, and I'm sure it's the same on the App Store if you happen to have an Apple device. So the retail packaging. Here is what comes in the box. You get 2 halves of the strap that's going to go around your wrist in the color choices. Mine is black and gray, and there are about a half a dozen color choices that you can choose from. And then there's the fitness tracker itself right here. And so that's really all that comes in the box, and that is primarily because the fitness tracker itself charges in a little wall wart style cell phone charger. And so I have one of those right here. It is not included in the kit. This will be one that you have yourself. So it's just a matter of charging the fitness tracker into the charger and letting it charge for a couple of hours. Now I've done that already, and I have been wearing this for a while, and I've got about, according to the little bars on the fitness tracker itself, I've got about half the battery gone, and I've been using it for 6 days. Now the information says it should last 5 to 7 days, and so far I'm thinking that's going to go closer to 7 with a new tracker. So that's what we've got, the 2 pieces of the band and the tracker. Now, a couple of other things that you'll want to know. The tracker has these little kind of barbs on the end of it, and they slide into the edges here of the band, and they go in really tight, and you have to really pull on them to get them apart, which of course is a good thing because you don't want the thing falling off. So I've got the charger end on the buckle end, which is what I found to be working for me, and then the end without the charger I'll put into the strap end, pushing it in, and it fits in there pretty well. So this is a silicone band. It fits in there. I haven't had any trouble with it falling off. As I said, I've been wearing it now for about a week. The other thing to keep in mind is that it gives you a length of wrist sizes that this fits, and because these little holes go all the way out to the end, when I measured my wrist, it was about a ½ an inch bigger than the maximum size listed for this fitness tracker, and I'm on about the 5th hole in. So the band is going to fit a larger wrist than what it says. So if you're close to that 8.2 to 8.3 wrist size, know that you've got some extra space, and so don't let that deter you. And so on the bottom of the tracker, you're going to see a couple little sensors. Those are next to your skin, and they're going to be measuring your heart rate. So that's what we've got with this, and we'll look at some of the more specific aspects of the tracker itself when we talk about the app here in just a second. So in this zoomed in view, I'll give you a chance to see some of the icons that you'll see on the display of the fitness tracker. So if you move the tracker around a little bit, you'll end up with the date and the time there. It showed up for just a second. Down here is a little button. You can see I've still got about half the battery, and I've been there at that point now for a day or so, and I'm on day 7 of the charge. Then if I press the button again, I'll get my step counts for the morning, not too many yet. And then if I want to go on a walk, which is the icon that's there, I could just kind of cycle through. So here's my heart rate. If I want the heart rate, I could press and hold it. It would start reading that. Now here's my walk icon. If I hold that little button down, and again, it's a sensor, not a button, but you may be able to see it outlined there. The walk starts 3, 2, 1, go, and then it'll start recording my walk, and then I can finish it by touching the tracker again when the walk is over. So there's steps, there's heart rate, there's walk, there's run, there's bike, and then it's back to the time. So that's the display that you're going to be seeing here on the little fitness tracker. Most of the time, a kind of a rotation of your wrist is going to bring up the time, so you can use it as a watch, and then just that single button or that single area of the display where you can touch or touch and hold to start the various activities. So that's the displays here on the fitness tracker. This tracker makes use of a common technique to manage fairly complicated devices without mounting all sorts of controls on the device itself. That, of course, is using a Bluetooth connection to a smartphone app. In this case, the Yamay tracker uses the VeryFit Pro app, available on the App Store and Google Play. The app is easy to use and provides easy to understand displays of the data that's collected. You can share data with others, so be mindful of the end user agreement and privacy policies. Let's take a quick look at the app in action. Okay, so let's take a look at the VeryFit Pro app. As with so many small devices, the trend is to put control of the device on your smartphone so that you can change the various parameters of the devices, see the displays and all that. And that prevents having to put push buttons and all kinds of controls on the small devices themselves. And so you've probably noticed that in a lot of fitness trackers. You see that with action cameras and all kinds of things. And so this is not an unusual situation. And so the VeryFit Pro app has a number of capabilities that we'll walk through quickly. So this is the main display. It's fairly early in the morning. I've got 1,341 steps so far. I have a target of 6,000, and those are under the Activities tab right here. And Then if I go over here and select, I can see what I did sleep-wise. And so I got 7 hours and 37 minutes of sleep. It was broken down of about 3.5 deep, almost 4 hours light, and then some time awake. And then you can see the chart. I went to bed fairly early because I knew I was going to be getting up early today. And so we can see that chart there in the sleep area. And then in heart rate, we go there, and the same thing. The fitness tracker monitors your heart rate, and if you hold it here for a while, you're going to get a reading. My resting heart rate is about 63, average 69 so far today. And so we'll see a little bit more of that here in just a second. If we go up here to today, we can get a chart that says check the day, and then I can just slide this through that little bar, and it'll give me what the average was for each of those days. And that works with each of the areas, sleep or activities. Again, click on it and it'll give you, the hours of sleep and so forth. And so that's the primary display. Now, if you want more details, you can do this by the week, and you can scroll through those and you can see last week, and it'll keep track of what it is you're doing. So far this week, my activities have been pretty low, and so it's telling me that I need to step up my game a little bit here in terms of activities. Again, if I click on sleep, I'm just about hitting my goal on sleep. And on heart rate, I'm doing okay. It's pretty steady there in the low to mid 60s. Now, if I go to the device choice, there are some things that I can do. I can set my call alert if I want to get my fitness tracker to buzz when my telephone gets an incoming call. I can set a sedentary alert. If you're an office worker and you need a reminder to get up and move, you can turn that on. If you want to set up alarms, so not to wake up a spouse in the bed with you, you can set up a silent alarm so your fitness tracker will buzz and wake you up. And then I have an alarm set or an alert set if I get a text message. So it'll buzz when a text message comes through because, again, it's connected to my phone via Bluetooth. My heart rate detection is automatic. I've got the wrist sensor on. And then here, when I go to more, it's got some interesting things I want to point out to you. First is the activity display. Now, if you tap on the fitness tracker, there's a little tiny square button, and you can cycle through the various activities that you have set, and then you can start them. So if you hold it or keep your finger on it, it'll start a walking event or a running event or a bicycle event. Those are the events that are standard on the fitness tracker as it comes out of the box. But you can pick from a number of other events if that's what you do. But you can only have 3 at the same time. So if you like to hike, there's a hiking icon, climbing, badminton, working out, treadmill, yoga, dance. There are about 14 or 15 of these events that you can program into your fitness tracker if those are the events that you most normally do and the events that you'd like to track. So I'm just sticking with the default ones for now. Again, if you want to add one of these, you have to delete one of those because it'll only hold 3 at a time. You can set your heart rate zone for your best aerobic health so that you know when you're working out, you're getting that aerobic workout that you want. Set your step length so that the steps will translate into miles or kilometers, whatever format you're using in your country. You can set the do not disturb mode, the bracelet brightness, and just a number of variables associated with the fitness tracker are available to you through the app. And then on the user, it's just specific information. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to share my user information with you, but it allows you to put in your name. You're going to log in first And there are some privacy statements you're going to need to agree to, and information sharing you're going to need to agree to, because the fitness app also allows you to put together a group of people where you can share your goals and share your accomplishments if you like to use other people to motivate you. So those are part of the initial login, which I didn't show you here today. That's the primary things you're going to find in the app. You don't have to keep the app running on your phone all the time. That information is going to be stored in the fitness tracker. So when you do open up the app, then it may take a moment or two for it to connect to the fitness tracker and then download the information so it can display the various displays that the app has available to you. So it's a pretty comprehensive app and certainly controls this particular fitness tracker quite well. So far, I'm impressed with the Yamay Fitness Tracker. It feels good on my wrist and the onboard controls are easy to use. With the extra features on the app, you can get good trend information and set specific variables such as step length to fine-tune the results. If you've watched other reviews and tutorials on my channel, you know I try to focus on low-priced but not low-quality gadgets. With a price that's less than half the cost of the basic name brand tracker, even if it fails after a year, I'm still money ahead based on my 2 to 2.5 year product lifespan experience of the name brand trackers. If you're considering trying out a fitness tracker, the Yamay Fitness Tracker is a great choice. If you found this video helpful, please click on the thumbs up button below the video and consider subscribing to the Gadget Talk channel. Click on the bell icon to be notified when I post new videos. Thanks for watching.